This is your farm. This is your topsoil. See the problem? This is alley cropping. Topsoil. Most of it's still there. There are other problems with conventional monocrop farming. For example, the UV radiation from the sun bakes the unmulched soil, killing off the soil bacteria and evaporating that water that you just paid for. And it gets really hot. Speaking of water, it kind of just runs off, doesn't it? But I'm sure you're not worried about erosion on your farm, are you? So let's talk about alley cropping before you get bored. These are trees. You know those things that your grandpappy cut down back in the day? Trees are often used as windbreaks. You may have seen this before. However, if done incorrectly, the windbreak can actually speed up the wind, which is not ideal. So we need to plant trees that grow to different heights. I know, I hear you. You can't plant crops under trees because there's too much shade. But there's a solution to this. If we plant our rows north to south, we are guaranteed to get full noon sun, which for most crops is going to cut the mustard. Also, most prevailing winds come east or west. This means our windbreaks are already in the correct orientation. But wait, there's more! Trees create microclimates. Their deep roots go into the water table, which your annuals just can't reach, and then they release that water as water vapor in the air. And this does three things. First off, it reflects excess UV so that your plants don't get scorched. 2, in a frost event, the extra humidity acts as a blanket, diverting the frost over to your neighbor's place, making it their problem, not yours. 3, all this extra humidity is eventually going to settle on your plants as dew, which is going to hopefully reduce your water bill that you have to pay for. Now, alley cropping can extend your season by a little bit, but winter is coming, which is why we plant deciduous trees, because they lose their leaves and create free mulch, which we can use for our next growing season. So by now, you're either heavily invested or being forced to watch this against your will. I recommend looking for trees that are nitrogen fixing, have deep tap roots, and are fungal bridge species. You need to select 3 or more tree species that grow well in your area at different heights. You're going to need an understory, a canopy, and an overstory. It might be a bit complicated, but if you plant tree lucerne, acacia, and eucalyptus, wait, hold on a minute. If you plant these invasive tree species at the same time as your preferred tree species, you can cut down the invasive species and use them as mulch for your preferred trees, because they love mulch. So we really need to talk about mulch. Having mulch on your tree lines creates a fungal dominated soil, which your trees absolutely love. However, your crops prefer a bacterial dominated compost, which means not as much mulch. As previously mentioned, no mulch is a problem. Now we have our support species. Let me explain. Support species are perennial, fast-growing, herbaceous species. They get cut down and laid between here as mulch for your trees. This spacing, but I've got you covered. Many people much smarter than me have figured out the best distance between your tree line and your support species is 75 centimeters. You want to give this on both sides and on both sides of your support species. Total 3 meters. As for the distance between your tree lines, well, that's entirely up to you. Personally, I would choose the width of your combine harvester if you're using one. 14 meters if you're doing cows. Also point out, your trees can be for timber, nuts, fruits, whatever you want. So you can have 2 to 12 crops if you really want to, rather than just your crops that you're growing normally. That's alley cropping in a nutshell. You can look up more if you want to, or if you want to go on more of an advanced thing, you could try syntropics, which hurts my brain just a little bit. Thanks for watching. Bye!